Are you injured, broken muscles, extremely sore, or just very fatigued and can't lift the weight without any bad pain? Hi, my name is Finn, and in this video I'm going to show you the best methods for overcoming your injury. I've been lifting for over 5 years now and I've built up a great physique and have so much experience when it comes to lifting, and I've accomplished so much with lifting. But this journey's never been smooth. I've had a few injuries on my time of lifting, a few serious injuries, a few minor injuries, but I've had a lot of experience when it comes to the injury department, which is not a good thing. And I've pretty much broken my body in some way in the gym a lot, and I can relate to you guys. I know how it feels. I know how it feels getting injured. You feel depleted, you feel disheartened, you feel vulnerable, and you feel fragile, because it's like you want to get back to where you were, but the best way I can describe it is mentally you're there, but physically you're just limited because obviously of what you can do. That's what an injury feels like, and it is very gut-wrenching when you just can't get in and do what you want to do. I can understand your frustration there. I've had shoulder injuries, major shoulder injuries, I've had wrist injuries, I've had neck injuries. Basically my whole body's just been thrown against the wall and battered, it feels like. I can relate to you when I say an injury can knock your confidence. It's definitely not my confidence. I was more vulnerable when it came to lifting heavy again, just lifting in general. I was always scared I was going to re-rupture or even make the injury come back or make it worse, and naturally it can knock your confidence if you're not careful, and you want to be obviously able to get motivated again, and I'm going to help you in this video to find that. So in this video I'm going to show you my best methods for overcoming an injury, getting your confidence back, feeling good about yourself, and just feeling better in the gym environment, less vulnerable, more stronger. Method number 1: do nothing. Okay, this sounds silly, but let me explain. An injury is your body's way of telling you to slow down, hold on. If you feel bad pain, there's a reason why you feel bad pain. And if you do feel bad pain, the common sense thing to do is not to push that muscle anymore. Whether it's a shoulder injury, you're not going to be doing shoulder press. Whether it's a leg injury, you're not going to be doing squats, for example. You don't want to be doing exercises which trigger the muscle even more and basically don't let you recover. When I say don't push it anymore, I mean in terms of the selected time period, not forever. What I'm saying is until your muscles get better or the injury gets better, there's no point pushing it, because you're going to make it worse. You're going to re-rupture the injury, possibly do worse damage and make it into a serious injury, and before you know it, you're taking more time off and not recovering properly. The best thing you can do is let it rest, let it heal, let it recover, because your muscle's not going to recover if you're constantly adding stress to it still. You need to let it rest, reduce the inflammation, reduce the tension on it, and just let it rest and recover. If your pain worsens or you don't see any improvement in that area, go to the doctors, go to the physio, go to the chiropractors, and possibly just get it checked just to be safe. Method number 2: incorporate stretches and mobility work. Most people when they get injured think, oh, it's a certain movement I'm doing or some equipment I'm using in the gym that could be causing it. That could be the fact. That could be what could be causing your injury, and if you do feel some sort of bad pain on a movement or exercise, you should definitely stop it, or at least try and reduce the weight or try an alternative version of it. But sometimes when you get injured, it's not always about the muscles that are actually injured, it's about the muscles around it. The small areas that don't usually get targeted on some exercises, some movements. Say with the shoulders, for example, you target the shoulders when it comes to the deltoid muscles in terms of front, side, and rear, right? But you don't target the rotary cuff muscles that actually help that movement. The muscles are weak compared to like your shoulder strength, and that can lead to injury. In terms, that's what happened to me personally, can lead to injury because those muscles aren't strong enough to hold the weight you're basically putting resistance on your shoulders. It's usually the small muscles around the area that actually need the most work. So incorporating mobility and stretches will really help target that area. It will ease tension, it will ease inflammation, but most importantly it will improve your mobility and strength in those areas, including those little small muscles I talked about. With my shoulder injury, it took me out for a while, and it took me out for 2 weeks, and it took me out for a month because I went back into the same training split and didn't change anything. I didn't add any mobility or even warm-ups in. I just kept doing the same thing, and when I did, I was bound to get injured again, and this time it took me out longer, which was really gutting. I'm sure a lot of people can relate. When they get injured, they're very scared of getting back into the gym and feel vulnerable because of that reason. Incorporating some more stretches, some more active stretches, static stretching, resistance band warm-ups, any mobility work that I did and started doing really improved my injury, really improved the small muscles in the area, strengthened them up so it would prevent the injury, and actually help me load more weight on my lifts and exercises, be able to get me in certain movements again without any bad pain. This really helped me. If you're quite restricted on mobility or feel any bad pain, then obviously don't do it. It won't benefit you in that way, but just do what you can, strengthen up the little muscles around, because those really do make a difference, and just get your mobility back in terms of stretching. Just get stronger, get fitter again, and just keep your body moving, and these will help reduce pain and help probably prevent an injury happening in the future. Method number 3: don't give up. If you're injured, it doesn't mean it's the end of your career, your lifting journey. It doesn't mean it's the end. If you're injured, it doesn't mean you still can't train. It doesn't mean that. If you've got an upper body injury, such as a wrist injury, which prevents you from using your biceps, or a shoulder injury just prevents you doing any sort of chest or back exercise, or any sort of exercise which adds pain, right? Focus on what you can do. When I got injured really bad on my shoulder, it took me out for a long time and I was gutted. I lost a lot of confidence, I lost a lot of strength in terms of just mentally. I just didn't feel great because I was scared, I was vulnerable, I felt weak, and a lot of people can relate to that, I'm sure. But you want to get back in straight away and you're scared at the same time of just getting back in because you don't want the same thing to happen to you again. It sucks. The feeling sucks, trust me. But what I didn't do is give up training completely. I did what I could, I compromised, I trained legs. I focused on legs a lot more. My legs were never the strongest point, but it gave me an opportunity to grow something else out of it and find a positive and a negative for a change. And my legs grew massively because of it. I got my legs up to speed, and it actually allowed me to enjoy training legs. I know a lot of people don't enjoy training legs. It's humbling, I know that, even when you're getting down to a heavy squat, you know the feeling, it's scary, but it got me a lot more confident with lifting weight again in terms of focusing on something that I could focus on. It didn't let me lose motivation. I felt strong because of it. Training legs, I kept my diet as clean as I could. I kept maintaining, I kept eating as much as I could. I didn't give up. As much as I struggled because I wanted to just get back into my own routine again, I didn't give up. I did what I could. I compromised. I ate well. I slept well. I did legs. I did mobility work. I focused on a bit more functional training and just getting my diet in check in terms of health. I did so much on the side of it. Do as much as you can in your own limits. Obviously, don't hurt yourself, don't re-rupture the injury again, but just do what you can. If you can't train upper body, train legs. If you can't train legs, train upper body. If you can't train any sort of weights, focus on cardio, focus on some more functional activities, focus on stretching or mobility work, like I said, and just work in the areas that you can improve. And obviously just wait until your injury is better and you'll be back up to scratch, and you'll be glad you kept yourself motivated and training, because it will pay off in the later run. The point I really want to make, and I want to make most important, don't blame other people for your injury. It's not fair to blame it on other people. It's your own responsibility. You took the chance of getting injured in the gym or whatever, and you hurt yourself, and it's not anyone's fault. You shouldn't take it out on anyone, your frustration. I know how angry you must be that you can't get back to where you want to be, but there's no point blaming someone else and making their life worse because of it. It's all on you. You got to take responsibility and just be responsible enough to actually grow from it and take it as a positive, not negative. It's a blessing in disguise. And trust me, my injury experience has really tested me, but it's made me into a better lifter, more confident lifter, and a more wise lifter when it comes to just trying new things and getting better in general, because at the end of the day, I think you need a bit of experience to tell you sometimes you're not always right, sometimes things will go wrong, sometimes injuries will happen, but it's all about just getting back up, doing what you can, and just moving forward, being confident in the fact that you can just push yourself forward anyway. Take time, be patient, and it all will work out in the end, I'm sure. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope this has really helped. It comes from my own experience of dealing with injuries. I've dealt with so many injuries in my lifting career, but I know it will always work out in the end. If you are currently going through an injury, or had an injury or any sort of experience with that, leave it in the comments. I'd love to hear your story or what you're going through. And yeah, so this has been my video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys very soon.